live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ.
That's
bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
And Scotty.
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I'm TJ.
That is TJ. And I'm Scotty.
And I'm Ben.
Oh, God.
Being TJ, I can say I suck and am horrible in all things.
And I'm TJ. And
wait, you say you were Scotty.
I'm Scotty, and I do nothing.
I do nothing. I just sit around a room.
Saying Scotty's fucking lazy,
Yeah.
Ben? The fuck?
I don't know.
I am pretty lazy.
Yeah, so we're the Drunken Peasants Podcast. We're doing
today
it.
we're two-thirds of us are actually drunk.
Yeah.
So
And we decided to do some quick stories.
we just
here.
said like, hey, let's just do a show at random.
Let's do a show, guys. We're going to do it really good.
Fuck it! We'll do it live.
I feel super fucking articulate right now. We're fucking showtime.
Yeah, so apparently Justin Bieber, he gave a deposition.
Yeah, he gave a deposition.
All right, let's listen to Justin Bieber's.
I don't even, and for the backstory of this, I don't know what the backstory is, so...
Justin Bieber got in some legal shit as always.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber's in trouble for being a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah,
so.
pretty much. You summed up the backstory.
There we go.
Remember earlier today when I asked you?
No.
Why don't you listen to what I had to say first? And then maybe you'll tell me yes or no.
I don't have to listen to anything you have to say.
Clarify my question. If you have a question about my question,
Today is not
you have
for
the
you
right to be
speak over
clear for you to be able to be
Mr.
clear.
Todd.
You remember being in Australia ever?
I don't know if I've been to Australia. I've been to Australia?
Are you aware that Scooter Braun knows that your bodyguards have attacked photographers?
What objection to form?
What kind of question is that? That doesn't make sense.
That's correct.
That doesn't make sense. That's a weird question. That doesn't make sense.
Can you just ask some foundation?
That's like some kind of question with words in it. I don't understand.
That word question don't make sense.
The way
Have
you
I ever been to Australia?
Yeah, he had to ask other people, have I ever been to Australia?
How can you not know if you've ever been to Australia?
Have you ever taken a 15-hour flight to another country and had to use a passport and all that? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's possible.
Maybe.
They just put me in cryogenic suspension between shows, so I don't know.
Again, sir,
I didn't finish. I didn't finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt.
Really? You didn't want to interrupt.
Is it true that you know that your security guards will punch, grab, and push Paps if they need to?
I object.
Would you please look at the film that's up there? Go ahead and start.
This is a film?
Please, sir.
This is a film?
Pause it. Would you please watch the television?
You said it's a film. You said watch the film. Is this a film?
Is there a difference between a film and something else?
Yes.
So yes or no answer required, right?
I like.
I was asking you a question.
Please, sir.
I like the nitpicking. Like, is this a film?
This isn't a film.
This is not a film.
Okay, obvious.
Who directed this film?
It's pretty obvious listening to this that Justin Bieber is being sued, or like someone associated with him is being sued, and he's been deposed, and he's just, obviously acting like a retard. Like, is this a film?
I wish he was disposed. Oh, get it? Like,
it doesn't really help him
killed by somebody.
His civil case, but I mean, he's so rich, he probably doesn't care. Even if he got a huge judgment against him, he'd just be like, oh, whatever.
The funniest thing about
if Justin Bieber was shot in the head, we'd have a good story.
he hasn't had the chance to shave his bad teenage mustache in this part.
What do you mean shave? He's probably growing it intentionally, like, oh, manly.
Maybe this is what the steroids caused him to grow. Here, it's funny because like you or me, and most of us, we would not be such a smartass to the cops, like he is being.
If I was in that
Is this
deposition,
a film?
This a film? You call this a film? Who directed this? Steven fucking Spielberg? faggot. I'm Justin Bieber.
Well, you can tell he considers everyone beneath him. For
Don't
the
you
most
know I'm
part.
Justin Bieber, the most important human being to ever live and exist?
Are you ultra famous and successful? Then don't even talk to me
Yeah.
unless you are.
Have I been to I don't know if I've been to Australia. Has Australia been to me? That's the real fucking question.
My brother's asking a question.
I'm not here to answer his questions. You're here to answer mine. Have you ever disciplined Mr. Hesney?
Disciplined.
What
kind of question is that?
That is a pretty dumb question, to be fair to
You
Justin.
have discipline.
Have you ever disciplined him?
Have you ever disciplined
You
your
spanked
bodyguard?
his bottom.
Yeah, it's like what Justin fucking took out the paddle and started beating his bodyguard's butt. I don't understand.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, that is.
Have you ever disciplined your
That is a pretty
No.
dumb question.
No, I haven't, because he's my fucking bodyguard. Why the fuck? What?
His job is to discipline other people.
I know.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Are you aware that your bodyguards hit people? It's like, well, it's their fucking job. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that one of his bodyguards must have hit someone that's not too happy about being hit
Yeah, and sued him.
and is suing Justin.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So tragic. Why? Why is Justin's why is one life filled with so much tragedy?
Yeah.
Poor Justin.
Is he my son? Guess what? Guess what? I don't recall.
Did he say guess what? I don't
Guess
recall.
what? Guess what? Oh, I don't recall. Guess what? Guess what? I don't recall, bitch. He might as well have said bitch, because he just had that look on his face like, hey, you know what? I don't fucking recall.
I think his whole attitude is like, well, if I'm not going to jail, I could just move back to Canada. So,
Yeah, it's not that stiff of a penalty.
no, not really.
It's like, Justin, you gotta go back to Canada. It's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, there's plenty of shit there for him to do and fuck up.
You got Selena Gomez?
Blame
Yes.
Canada.
You'd be dating her at some point in time?
What's the relevance of that? Why are you asking that question?
Because I'm allowed to ask.
No, you're not allowed to just make up stuff and
absolutely.
ask it. What are you talking about?
They asked him if he dated Selena Gomez.
Yeah, like I'm like, you know, I mean, like, if this is the quality of questions he's being asked, I can almost understand his fucking attitude, to be honest with you.
Yeah, honestly, is this guy just like looking for erotic
Like-
fantasies? Like, well,
So you dated Selena Gomez?
Did you
now, right?
bone her? How many times did you bone her?
Like, what does that have to do with
It's
this?
like, what?
describe in detail for me when you boned her.
Yeah. How does she look naked? Do you have any pictures?
Yeah.
Like, on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate the tightness of Selena Gomez's pussy? That's all I'm asking you. This is super relevant to the case. We must know this. Otherwise, there could be no closure for the families that have been defected by
This is a
whatever
matter of national security.
Sounds like you're trying to harass him.
Be a lawyer, man.
Stop making
Journalism. This isn't journalism.
What is the relevance? What's your pro
Have you
offer?
ever,
What's your
if you
pro
have an objection, state your objection.
What's your pro offer of relevance on that?
Sir, have you ever talked with Selena Gomez and discussed your feelings about paparazzis with her?
Don't ask me about her again.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a little threat. Don't ask me about her again.
Don't ask me about her again, or I'm gonna have to get one of my bodyguards and kick your fucking ass.
Because he couldn't kick anybody's ass.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
that's the problem. Is like he has like this tough guy attitude that you know would not be there if it was just him. You know,
Fuck no.
like if he didn't have like the money and the bodyguards and all that shit to back him up, he would not be like mouthing off like this to cops.
his little suit jacket that he's wearing reminds me of something my grandmother would have wore like back in the early 90s.
Is he? I mean, he's slowly becoming vanilla. He's slowly becoming Vanilla Ice too. I mean, he's got like the
Word to your mother.
go ninja, go.
Go.
They actually
go,
made a horrible
go.
Kraft commercial
I
with
saw
that.
it.
You saw that?
I
Yeah,
saw
it
it.
was awful.
They did?
Yeah, they bought Vanilla Ice back in.
They got this new Kraft mac and cheese that's like Ninja Turtle shaped, and they had the mom and the kid going through the aisle, and then she saw Vanilla Ice
Oh my God.
picking out one of the Kraft mac and cheese with the Ninja Turtles.
The funny thing about that is that Vanilla Ice ran away from that for so long, and now he's starting to embrace it.
Well, what choice does he have? It's like that's all he's got. It's that and like
He basically has nostalgia at this point. Yeah.
Remember when I was briefly famous? I'm back.
Sir,
Move on to another.
have you ever...
Don't ask me about her
Have you
again.
ever
Don't
discussed...
ask me about her again.
Have you ever...
Don't ask me about her again. Don't ask me about her again.
Wait, let's take a break.
You know what?
Let's
Just
take a
stop.
break.
You gotta take a break.
Don't ask me about her again.
The client's not asking for a break.
Don't ask me about her again.
Don't ask me about her again. Don't ask me about her again.
This guy's a horrible at deposer. You know what he should have said after that? He should have said, "Or what are you gonna do, Justin? You gonna try to muscle me too?"
Who is this guy interrogating him? Like, what authority is he with, and why does he give a shit that he was with Selena Gomez? I don't really understand.
I'm assuming it's just another lawyer, and he's just basically trying to taunt Justin into acting like an idiot.
Did you talk to Selena Gomez about how you feel about the paparazzi?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
What did she say? What was her reaction?
I would say the guy interviewing him did have some success. 'Cause, like, look how flustered he's getting over just like the most minor questions.
But like you can literally tell that Justin you could be like totally nice and cordial and just ask him totally reasonable questions and you'd probably still be acting the same
of course.
way because it's obvious that he just resents the fact that he even has to be there.
Yeah.
By the way, TMZ who were watching this through, I know that the viewers
Horrible audio.
Yeah,
by the
well,
way.
I mean, I don't know what the quality they were working with was, but I mean, like, is it really necessary for your watermark to be like literally the size of the fucking screen?
No, because they already have one in the upper right-hand corner anyway.
I know, like, you got to pack it. You have your solid logo in the corner, and you have the TMZ logo literally over the entire screen.
You know the guy that runs TMZ is the lawyer that used to comment back on Judge Judy. Was it Judge Judy or the People's Court? One of those court shows. The lawyer guy that would give his analysis during the commercial, right before the commercial breaks. That guy, he's the TMZ guy, so he must know something about legality behind owning property and putting your watermark over.
What the fuck does TMZ stand for?
I don't know. But take a guess at it because you're good at that
Probably
kind of shit.
nothing.
Taco making zebras.
You got it.
Good one, TJ.
Can I say something funny?
You don't need to argue with the witness. Do you want to state your question again?
Is there anything funny in my question as to why you were laughing?
What is your question?
What the fuck?
Yeah, you know what?
Quit wasting your fucking time, dude.
I'd hate to defend Justin Bieber, but this guy's an asshole.
I know.
And Justin Bieber has the best lawyers money can buy sitting next to him. And he's like, well, do you find this question funny? Well, whatever. Why does it fucking matter if he finds it funny? What is legal or not legal about that?
Yeah, I mean, you have been accused of finding my questions funny, and you will be sentenced to 10 years in a federal penitentiary. Like, what?
You're going to be the fucking prom queen at that penitentiary.
Let's see how much you're laughing.
20 years hard labor.
See how much you're laughing when Big Bubba sticks his dick in your ass in the prison shower, Justin.
Like, what?
You see if you're laughing then.
You need some soap on a rope, Justin.
Dude, they're gonna make a movie when Justin Bieber's gonna be in a chain gang. It's gonna be like a 1930s depression.
He's gonna do like the Elvis. He's gonna take the Elvis career path. He's gonna make a bunch of like movies where he's like on the beach or like in the prison or whatever else, and he's gonna sing.
Back.
Well, I don't know, Katie Couric. You tell me.
I called him Katie.
You calling me Katie Couric?
No.
He did.
Is this a news interview for you? It's not. It's your deposition. Do you understand that?
Yes. But I see what you're doing.
Have you ever spoken with Scooter Braun regarding photographers who want to take a picture of?
Asked and answered several times.
That one was not asked or answered.
That was definitely an ask before that question. It was a
What was your answer? Please remind me of your answer.
No.
He seems really tired. He's just like, he has this attitude like...
Well, he does take lorazepam, so, given to him by his mother. He threw his mom under the bus and was like...
Yeah, that was a dick move, Justin.
Yeah, it's like your mom gives you some pills to help you out, and you're like, my mom gave me these.
Hey, my mom did it. Throw her in jail, not me.
Justin Bieber's basically a junkie. He's just rich, so it's like, it's okay.
He's on steroids, too. I have never seen anyone naturally build that kind of muscle, and I know when we first were introduced to Justin Bieber, he was prepubescent. He didn't have.
And I mean, like, I noticed that all of a sudden his arms are like sleeved in tattoos.
Yep. Well, I mean that could have been done in a few days when you.
I
got
know,
the
but
money.
it's just weird that all of a sudden like Justin's got these like full arm tattoos. Like, yeah, I'm a badass. Like, what? Doesn't he realize like the demographic that he appeals to does not? I mean, whatever.
Even till this day, I mean, there's a difference between like a young man and a grown man, and I am not intimidated by Justin Bieber in any way, shape, or form.
I'm totally scared.
If
myself.
you like at this point, if Justin Bieber kicked your ass, you would have to kill yourself afterwards.
Probably, because I mean he's in good shape and shit apparently, but I'm still not afraid of him.
Like if
I am a grown man,
Ben,
he is a young man.
If Justin Bieber kicked your ass, we'd kick you off the show.
That's fine. Bring
Yeah,
him
and like
on.
you'd have to accept.
Ben, you must accept exile.
Bring him on.
If he kicked my ass, I'd just commit seppuku. I'd be like the old style, fucking like I'm gonna gut myself, and then Scotty can chop my head off. Or
I don't know
something.
how tall Justin Bieber is.
Not very
I mean,
tall.
He's like 5'8" or 5'9".
Oh, so he's like
or
my
something.
height.
He's
So,
short.
So
yeah.
I outweigh him anyway. Yeah. Well, fuck him. It would be like when Shia LaBeouf got his ass kicked too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're on the top of the stairs, you can just kick him down the stairs.
Is he sleeping?
It seems like a 16-minute interview.
You get career. Do you know Raymond Usher IV?
No.
Do you know an individual entertainer by the name of Usher?
Yeah, Usher. That sounds familiar.
Did he
That
just
sounds-
say?
that
Did he
sounds-
just say he didn't know who Usher was?
Usher was instrumental in beginning his career. So
Yeah,
I
of
don't
course.
Know how, I don't know how he's like. Yeah, that sound like familiar.
That guy's name is familiar. Usher. I think.
Usher. I
he
know
was,
that.
He was the black dude with no forehead that started my career and gave me a lot of money.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Someone.
Justin Bieber. Have you ever heard of a guy named Justin Bieber? Oh, Justin Bieber.
It's funny because like there's Usher's face, and then there's his eyebrows, and then like a quarter of an inch above his eyebrows, there's his hair. He has like no forehead whatsoever.
Isn't it true that Usher was instrumental in starting your career?
What does that have to do with this litigation, Mr. DeKalb? This is just
It's a very good point. What the fuck does it have to do with the
He does have. I mean, he has a good lawyer. No one can deny that.
Oh, of course.
But when you have big money, you can afford a good lawyer.
But what the fuck are they asking him these questions for? Like, Usher. What? Let me ask you this, Justin. Has Usher and Selena Gomez have they ever done anything together? Like,
Did you and Usher and Selena Gomez have a threesome?
yeah, did you ever
And how big
or
was
maybe
Usher's
you
dick?
maybe you walked in on Sodom?
Did you film it? Did you film it? That's the question.
Does Selena have tattoos with Usher's name anywhere on her body? I mean,
where?
like anywhere. Like, just answer my frivolous questions that make no sense,
Before we came
pertain
back
to
here,
nothing.
you would ask me.
She's going to read
Let
that.
her read back the question. Thank you for your memory. Is it true that Usher was very instrumental in starting your career?
I was found on YouTube. I think that I was detrimental to my own career.
You say he was detrimental to his own career?
Yeah, what does that mean?
He said he was. I think he meant to say instrumental, but he said detrimental.
Detrimental. No,
Which
Justin.
is actually more accurate, maybe.
That is
Well, no,
accurate.
not back then, but now.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is
Now
accurate.
you're detrimental to your career now. Instrumental to your career previous.
You
I don't
know, like honestly, and even in your older videos, TJ, you say Justin Bieber, he doesn't have any talent, and I mean, like he doesn't. He has some sort of talent. He had. No. Justin Bieber had talent, but he let it get wiped away by the machine.
Yeah. Welcome, my son. Welcome to the machine. It's all right, Justin. We know where you've been. It's okay.
Yeah,
We know where you sleep.
It's not your fault, Justin.
So did
Don't do this, man. No, it's not your fault.
Did Usher bust a cream pie in your butthole or not?
We all know the
In
answer
this
to that. Come on.
I would
For
love to
sure.
be the guy that did this deposition because you can ask him pretty much any
You
question.
should be like,
Yeah.
so Justin, what's with the fucking hair, buddy? You look like fucking Vanilla Ice's son. What the hell is going on here?
Right next to you. Okay,
So that I think I was instrumental
Well,
to
let
my
me
own
hear back
career.
from the report reporter.
Yeah, they corrected him. Instrumental. I was detrimental.
I was detrimental to my own career.
Said I think I was instrumental to my own career.
Thank you, sir. But my question was Usher, was he helpful to your professional career?
Sure, whatever.
Yes.
Is Usher a close friend of yours?
Yes.
Is Usher a confidant?
I guess, yes.
Has Usher given you career advice?
So the Usher line of questions.
Is this an interview or a deposition?
That's a good question.
Actually, that's a pretty good point on Justin's part there. I hate to admit, but like, yeah, I would be asking that at that point too. Is like, is this a fucking interview or is this a deposition? Because this doesn't seem very relevant to what's
It almost
going
sounds
on.
like the TMZ reporter is the one asking the question.
I think maybe TMZ just set up a fake deposition and tricked Justin Bieber into
Send him
showing
a
up.
fake warrant in the mail, like, hey,
You gotta show up, Justin. So, Justin, how you feel about
Yeah,
Usher?
I mean, I don't really know where he's going with the line of questioning.
Remember earlier,
yeah.
It's like, where is he going with this?
As you know, we don't like to defend Justin Bieber, but a lot of those questions were
We don't like to
ridiculous.
defend Justin Bieber, but
We don't like to defend Justin Bieber's butt.
Maybe TJ.
Hey,
Oh,
we need the Beavis and Butthead sound effect at that point.
So this is a short version of the Drunken
Hey,
Peasants
I want to
podcast.
just we're not doing a full show today, but I just wanted to say that if anyone wants to call in, our Skype is open. You
Yeah.
guys can send in questions and stuff.
We will do a short call segment at the end.
like Drunken Peasants. So if you guys want to send in questions via text, we will call you afterwards, but we're going to move on to this SE Cup story for now.
Coming up later, both tomorrow and the day after, we will have the regular full-length shows. Scotty's bitch ass is going to be out of the country.
Fucking Scotty. Fuck you, Scotty!
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Fuck you, Scotty, you fucking son of a bitch. You fucking egg-headed fucking faggot.
okay.
So, we will have PaulsEgo on Saturday.
Yes, we'll have PaulsEgo.
PaulsEgo
on Saturday.
But
he's fucking awesome if you don't know Paul. We might even fucking be able to trick him into coming on now if we can fucking get him on
one
there.
thing I have to say about
for
Paul,
like a little preview.
Paul is the best storyteller
Yeah.
on YouTube, in my opinion.
But all of his stories are lies. He's a piece of shit that just lies for a living, so.
Yeah, I don't know. He may be even having his own.
We should challenge him to a duel.
As you can see, TJ is quite inebriated.
Yeah, we both are.
TJ's like, fuck it, I'll fight him to the death. We'll go to the Thunderdome, bitch.
No, I'll fight him on that bridge in the original Mario Brothers where I have to jump over him and fucking grab the axe.
You're saying Paul is like Koopa.
Yeah.
He's a Koopa.
He'd be a good Koopa. He's got the build, you know.
So
do I, though. You know.
Here's SE Cup talking about marijuana.
Cannabis.
Marijuana.
Smoke some cannabis,
SE Cup.
Crossfire.
Healthy living in Colorado, right? Munchie time!
Munchie
Doritos and the Mountain Dew. Talk about weed, man. Because that's fun. The Colorado experiment is really interesting for a number.
Okay, it's not an experiment.
The Colorado experiment. They're experimenting.
It's not a fucking experiment.
Is Galen online right now? Because I want to, like...
Call Galen.
Yeah, where is he? Is
Call
he here?
him. Call him. He's there.
I don't know if he's on right
Galen's
now.
probably obsessing over
That
Game of
piece
Thrones.
of shit is on. Jacqueline's on, though.
Well, I don't want to blindside Jacqueline.
Blindside.
It's okay to blindside Galen, but not Jacqueline.
Yeah, it is.
That's sexist.
No.
You're sexist against Galen. And his gayness. His Galenness.
How do you spell Galen?
Let's just call him just to see if he answers.
He probably won't.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, busy already.
I really wanted to hear it because he defends SE Cup, and it's just weird because she is unbelievably stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's drink some Mountain Dew.
Number of reasons, and there are a number of things that we're
Why don't you
going to
some Doritos, you pot smoking
brownies,
peoples?
The market is high, so to speak. When they first opened in Colorado, a lot of people rushed in and bought legal marijuana. Marijuana in Colorado is taxed at an exorbitant rate. It's something like 20% on top of the 10% existing sales tax. So we'll have to see if all of the people who were going to buy marijuana have already bought it and then have decided that it's too expensive to buy in the quantities that they want. Maybe the market starts waning and stagnating over the next few months. You might see developments of black markets, which will negate the whole reason, at least politically, for legalizing.
What is this argument that she's
Huge
making?
logical leap, slippery slope argument. Oh, what's going to be too expensive? Now there's going to be a black market.
It
What's
is
going to be
already
cheaper?
way more expensive.
But I mean, like, how is it going to create a black market when it's legal for even people to sell to each other? That's not a black market. Like,
I don't know.
Like, and you're allowed to grow your own plants there too. So, like, how it's in the context of the laws of Colorado, it's not going to be.
I don't think she even knows
market.
what the laws are. I think this is just an op-ed piece, basically.
So is it just like?
This was just she just wrote the market is high, and she's like, oh my god, it's so clever. I had to write a piece around that. Market is high. This could be a classic. People have been talking about that for years.
Marijuana. That would be a huge problem. It would turn the marijuana industry in Colorado into a tourism-only industry. The other thing that we're going to have to watch for is whether or not legalizing marijuana leads to more pot smoking. I have a sneaking suspicion it will. We want to know.
That would be horrible.
Oh no!
Teenagers, which would be bad.
It's so bad, but yet, smoking cigarettes is legal and drinking alcohol is legal, but suddenly with weed it's bad.
Yeah.
I don't understand, but that's the logic she's
If
using.
more people smoke weed, then some bad thing. I don't know.
Some nebulous bad shit will happen. No one knows.
If more people smoke pot, then
Take a hot girl and put glasses on her, and then she's a journalist.
Bad. Does it turn to more illicit drug use, which would be bad? So there's a lot to watch. We'll have to see if long-term the Colorado marijuana experiment comes down from its initial high.
See, I told you. She wrote it all around that.
What the fuck is CNN's obsession with bad puns?
No, it's
I swear,
her.
but I have a real
It's
outrage.
No, remember that old woman on CNN too did the same shit.
I have a real outrage.
Sorry. Anyway.
Quit letting that dude talk.
They're just interrupting us. Oh, what?
Shut up.
Yeah, so SE Cup, I mean, her in general.
This just in, SE Cup continues to be a total fucking retard.
Yeah.
Film at 11.
It's
now
funny
for the
because
weather.
It's funny because earlier, like, TJ's like, man, we should find a way to have SE Cup as a guest on our show. And I was like, man, she's going to hear, like, everything we've ever said about her. There's no way she would ever come on.
No fucking possibility.
Hey, SE Cup, come on our show. You don't have the fucking balls.
She doesn't have balls.
She doesn't have balls.
At least I don't think she does.
Oh, shit.
I'm talking fucking figurative balls here.
Yeah.
Now Cheetah feels let down and we weren't saying later on.
Yeah, that is one thing. Like, if she's so strong in her positions, she should have no problem coming on this YouTube show with 8,000 subscribers.
We're calling you out. It's SummerSlam.
Fucking calling you out, SE Cup.
If not SummerSlam, then WrestleMania.
What if you could do one wrestling move to SE Cup? What would it be, Ben?
The Sting face.
Okay. Or would you have her do that to you? That's another question. I'd fucking tombstone pile driver personally.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because her crotch should be like in your face.
Or wait, yeah, that's true.
I found the best picture of John McCain for this next story here.
It looks like he's about to come in his pants.
Is that photoshopped?
No, I don't think so. I think this is.
He looks like
he
just looks really confused.
It's John McCain.
There's very little awareness in his eyes. You will notice.
He's like, I'm a senator? What's that?
What is a senator?
I am Popeye's grandpa.
He is urging congressional action to punish Russia.
Good.
Yeah.
He's going to spank Russia.
Well, happening now, Russia announcing the start of military exercises near the Ukrainian border, reportedly involving some 8,500 troops and heavy artillery. We're getting reports, though, that it could even be more than that. In the meantime, the European Union agreeing on a framework for sanctions against Moscow, as President Putin insists his country is not to blame for the crisis on the Crimean Peninsula.
Oh, it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Neat.
Joining me now, Arizona Senator John McCain, who is leaving today for Ukraine as part of the Senate delegation, a bipartisan group. Senator, nice of you to join us before you leave tonight.
Thank you very much. Could I just comment on that troop stationing? I think that Vladimir Putin now is deciding what to do in eastern Ukraine, and I'm not sure he's decided. And I think the best thing that the Congress of the United States could do is immediately pass this $1 billion loan guarantee and other penalties against.
Why don't you call out your own party for basically sucking Putin's dick?
Yeah,
He's like one of the few Republicans that's not out there like, oh my God, Putin is such a great leader. Did you see the shirtless pics of him on the horse? Oh my God. Oh.
Jizz in my pants.
Did you see him? Oh, look at him. Look at his beautiful body. I want to rub oil on it. Like Rush Limbaugh and fucking Sean Hannity are like exchanging like naked pictures of Putin.
See this Putin pic. This is a new one.
See, here's the weird thing about that, and I can answer that.
I just wrote some Putin fan fiction.
A lot of people on the far right blame John McCain for Obama being president because they didn't think he was a strong enough right-wing candidate.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's very little to do with him, and it's much more to do with Bush and Palin.
Yes. Yeah, honestly, when Bush got elected, McCain was next in line. Bush kind of pulled the rug out from under his feet.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Russia as quickly as possible, working with the President of the United States.
I'm glad you brought that up, Senator.
Delay would be
if I could, because you have been critical of this administration, as have many others, for not doing enough. But what can Congress do within its own power to make sure that a message is sent to Russia about their actions in Ukraine?
First of all, the $1 billion loan guarantee.
The only message the fucking Republican side wants to send to Russia is like, take us now. Here's some flowers. Here's a box of chocolates.
The United States of Russia. That's what they want.
I mean, like literally, like you can see. There's like literally video out there of like Sean Hannity just sitting there like wishing that Barack Obama was more like Putin. I mean, if only he was more like Putin.
Putin.
My pudding.
My pudding.
Their economy is on the verge of collapse. That's only $1 billion. When I say only, given the magnitude of their economic difficulties, that's only. But the fact is that we need to send that signal immediately, without delay. We need to impose sanctions that only Congress. There are certain sanctions that the administration can propose, but there's others that we have to be involved in. Announce that we are restoring missile defense capabilities in Poland and the Czech Republic, which the president canceled. Say we are for Georgia and Moldova taken into NATO. Have military exercise with the Baltic countries that are now under threat of the same kind of action by Vladimir Putin.
Who the fuck are we to demand that these other countries put our missiles in their countries? Honestly,
we have to fucking defend ourselves from the Ruskies.
It's kind of funny because after the Soviet Union disbanded, there's a little chunk of
which Vladimir Putin's very distressed about.
There's a little chunk of Europe that borders that borders Poland to the northeast of Poland. That's still Russia, still part of the Russian Federation. It's like a proximity location.
Why have we not been using our greatest resource in this struggle? I mean, Sarah Palin has...
You betcha.
See, she can see Russia from her house, and she knows what the Russian mindset is. We need to send Sarah Palin over there to talk some sense into Putin, you know?
Yeah, she'll be the ambassador, the negotiator. She'll solve this whole crisis.
She'll talk some sense into him, all right.
Yeah.
You'd be like, ooh...
and sanction every
Putin
single
and
one of
Palin.
these corrupt guys so that they can't enjoy London, they can't have financial dealings with the West.
So basically what he's saying is like, let's cut Russia off. They can't come to America, they can't come to London, they can't come to Paris, they can't come to any of like the big cities of the Western world, is basically what he's saying. And I don't know, is he making these decisions for these other countries? I mean, what would we do about it if England let Russians still come to London anyway?
Bomb England.
It just sounds
we wouldn't do shit.
It sounds like basically like the Cold War 2.0. That's what kind of like McCain's proposing.
The problem is like it's not the Cold War, and those other countries aren't so much on our side like they used to be. So I mean, it's
Let's just fucking... Can we just send like some what was it, Green Berets or whatever? Just send some Green Berets in there and just fucking blow Putin's goddamn useless head off already.
It's not that easy. That I mean,
it is that easy. Kill him.
No.
Kill Putin.
Not in Russia.
Yeah.
Kill the Putins.
In many countries in the world, you could do that, but that's not one
They'd
country.
never suspect it. That's the reason why we have to do it.
There's obviously military and CIA operating.
Have you guys
in
ever
Russia,
read any
for
of the
sure,
CIA fucking plots to kill
Fidel Castro?
Fidel Castro.
Yeah, or like the chocolate shake one, but it ended up being too like frozen, so they threw it away.
Yeah, they even... This is how fucking grasping for straws the CIA was to kill Fidel Castro. They found a place where he like would scuba dive, and they put like a particularly interesting shell that like would shoot poison at him when he lifted or something.
Oh my god!
So they were hoping he'd see it and be like, "Oh, what a beautiful
The shell
shell!"
of
And
doom.
he'd pick it up and he'd die because it would explode or something. It's like the convoluted plots they tried.
Why not just put a sniper there? I don't get it.
Yeah, no lie. It's like
That's how. Like that's the point. I mean, it's like that's how fucking stupid the CIA actually is.
Yeah, they're retarded. They're the ones that got us into war in Iraq.
And every time you see them portrayed in the movies, it's like the CIA. They don't fuck anything up. They're the fucking most
fuck
on top
everything
of shit.
yeah, Bay of Pigs. If we're talking about Cuba,
Next thing you know, we're gonna get all these comments like, "You fucking idiots! CIA protects you."
protect you, damn terror.
I like when people call them the Central Lack of Intelligence Agency because it's pretty accurate.
And there are others, by the way, amongst those. But it has to be a strong message, and I'm for working with the administration. But the reason why we're here is because of the weakness and...
See, that's one thing you hear about McCain. Like, they... far right-wingers don't like McCain. McCain is very pro-military action, but he's very moderate. And the thing that really annoyed me, not so much about when McCain was running for president, McCain himself didn't bother me so much. Palin bothered me, but it was his supporters. And even when McCain gave his concession speech, he had to flag the crowd down like, please, calm down. Let me give my concession speech. You know, they were like chanting fucked up shit. You know?
Like, no niggers, no niggers. It's like,
They
John
did-
McCain's like,
Yeah,
hold on now.
They didn't actually say that, but it was like they were freaking out, and McCain had to keep like reeling them in. Like, come on.
Well, in my opinion, they did actually say that. So
They didn't say that.
they
but-
said that.
Okay.
and Palin wanted to do a concession speech. They're like, that's not really how
That's
it
the
works.
funniest
No,
thing.
that doesn't
They said they
happen.
wanted Palin was like, I want to do a speech too, and McCain's like, no,
That doesn't happen.
That's not how this works.
It's not how it works. And I'll tell you what, like, McCain was dignified during his concession. He didn't talk any bullshit. It was his supporters. there are a lot of things I don't like about McCain, but I got to give him a lot of credit in other ways. And you know, I probably would have died in the Vietnamese prison camp. I probably wouldn't have survived like he did. So I have to give him credit for that too.
Yeah, but he's got kind of the Darth Vader thing going on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, who
like
knows?
you know, if you look at his face and you think about the scene at the end of Return of the Jedi where Luke takes off the mask. You know?
Oh, it's so true.
It's true. I mean,
I am your father. That's going to happen as Obama's going to show up, and that's what's going to happen.
That was another reason why I didn't think he was qualified to be president, was because he has mental issues from being tortured, and who wouldn't? You know, who wouldn't have mental issues from being tortured like he was?
Yeah, someone slams the door too hard, he fucking crawls under the desk and cries for a few hours.
He deserves all the credit in the world, but, you know, he was tortured.
Well, not all the credit in the world.
Well, all the credit that's due to him.
Some credit.
Yeah.
Little credit. He can have 2 credits.
Reckless foreign policy of Obama.
Okay, so getting it back to the point of the things that Congress can do that Congress can only do, and talking about those sanctions, there is that legislation out of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. I know there's a similar legislation in the House, but there are some differences. So the big concern here is time. How much time would it actually take to get these sanctions or the loan guarantees passed? I mean, what is realistic here, Senator?
Well, first of all, I'm very disappointed that some are talking about holding it up, and I'm deeply disappointed about that. But I'm hoping that we will understand the urgency of this situation. If we pass it through the Senate, we could go to conference tonight and get it out of both houses. Senator? There are those who are objecting to the IMF. There's a reform measure for the IMF that really is important to some, but not of the importance of getting this legislation done. There's also some of the money for the loan guarantees is taking out of canceled programs in defense that is being used for it that some others are objecting to. But you can always find reasons to object to something. But if you ignore the absolute criticality of the United States of America weighing in on...
I just said I object to that statement.
That's a straw man. You can always find reasons to object to something.
People can always object to anything. One time I tied a person up and said I was going to shoot him in the head, and I had objections to that even.
Yeah. He was objecting to that.
People just object to anything, even if it's no big deal.
On behalf of the Ukrainian people, even if it means some compromise, that you have your priorities badly skewed.
Well, you're speaking about fellow Republicans in the House. Have you made any effort to have conversations with them, convince them to otherwise?
Absolutely.
I've tried to, but they keep jerking off to posters of Putin on the horse.
Probably a bunch of Tea Party assholes, as always.
And then a bunch of Republicans are like, I wish the horse was on Putin.
Yeah, we want to see some horse on Putin porn.
Continue to do so, and it isn't just Republicans in the House.
Senator McCain, let me ask you a little bit about what Secretary of State John Kerry just said moments ago. He's testifying on the Hill. He says that there's contingencies in place in case Russian forces move further east into Ukraine. And he also mentioned some serious steps that could be taken on Monday if indeed Crimea, the referendum for Crimea to again rejoin Russia, goes through. What contingency plans do you think he's talking about?
I got to give her credit above, like, all of the female Fox News reporters, though.
You know what it is? Because she's not one of the clones.
Yeah.
She's not blonde, and she's not wearing the uniform and, you know, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, our viewers can't see her anyway. You want to move on to calls? Because I feel like we've kind of explored this.
Do you want to take, like, a 5 to 10 minute break? We'll let them...
Yeah, guys, if you guys want to, we're going to do a few calls. If you guys want to do it, we're Drunken Peasants on Skype. So you can write us a question in the little text section, and if we like the question, we will call you, and you will be on the show, and we will probably make fun of you, but don't worry about that, because it's all in fun.
And you all smoke pan.
Smoke pan every day.
are back, bitches.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And we're gonna take.
Let me know when we're back, because fucking faggots out there.
Fuck
in the
those
stupid
fans.
audience.
Oh, TJ, we're back now.
Oh shit.
Okay, cool. Hey guys, love you.
We love you all.
Love you
Burn
so
in
much.
hell. Burn in hell.
Don't talk that way about them.
Let's call Giggly McGiggler.
We just mock everyone we call, no matter what. They're articulate. Fucking articulate, fuck.
Fucking articulate person with intelligent questions. Moron.
I don't think she's going to answer.
Oh, no, she's on now.
She's not answering.
Hello?
She's not there. Give her a second. Give her a second. Maybe she's looking for something or changing a setting.
No, I don't think she...
Nope, she's gone. She gone.
All right, so we're going to call this person now.
Cameron.
Hey.
Hey.
Cameron.
Hello.
Hello?
If you have a question, feel free to ask it.
Feel free to answer
Feel free to answer your question.
Feel free to answer your own question. Bitch.
Ben is slightly inebriated, so...
Hello.
Well...
Can you hear me now?
Can he hear us?
Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
He can't hear shit.
Yeah,
Turn it off.
he can't hear us.
He sucks.
You fail. What's wrong with you?
You fucking fails. That's the lives.
All right. Well...
What a worthless cocksucker.
Yeah, let me...
Hello? That's funny. Hello?
Hold on.
If he was able to hear the show, so...
Okay, no. It was our problem.
Oh, it was our problem?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, what was the problem? Oh, God.
Hold on,
Now we're total assholes.
Yeah.
Fucking moron.
Let me,
oh, wait, it was our problem. That's awful.
Hold on. Hey.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
What's your question?
Can you say bit of a... Hey, hold on. Can you say... Hey, stop. Can you say bit of a sticky wicket?
Bit of a sticky wicket.
Awesome.
Americans are entertained by funny British accents.
Okay.
That's
Go ahead.
fair enough.
Go ahead and ask
you
your
can ask me to say anything you want.
I don't know if you should make that offer.
Yeah. Don't say that.
Not anything. Anyway, did you say something about a question?
I don't know. Did I?
Yes.
If you have a question.
If you have a question.
If you have one.
If you have a question, answer it. As Ben said.
Go ahead and answer it.
Well, that would be kind of difficult, actually. Well, how do you feel about male circumcision, then?
Male circumcision? Like
Yeah.
when you circumcise the male that arrives.
Yeah, well,
in a
babies.
mailbox.
In particular, people who can't consent.
I was circumcised shortly after birth, so to me it's like, it's totally normal, but I don't know if it should be done, and I think the only reason they do it here is because we do live in a Judeo-Christian society.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much, it's like the roots of circumcision are pretty much all religious. I mean,
I think they made the argument like it's more hygienic or some shit. Like,
there is some hygiene stuff, but I mean I think it should be something that people can decide. Like if someone wants that procedure done, I think that it's easier to wait for them to actually have the ability to
consent to it.
To consent to it, and as a cognitively developed human being, rather than
Not like, okay, you're born, here you go.
Okay, infant, we're now going to alter your body. Hope this meets with your approval later in life.
Yeah. That's my problem with it, doing it on people who can't consent.
Right, I mean, I have no problem with circumcision. The problem is with doing surgeries on people who are not, consenting or don't even understand what's going on or anything else like that.
But honestly, who would consent to it?
That's right. I mean, like, hey, like
if
you wait till they're 13, it's like, hey, you want us to, cut some skin off your dick? It's like,
no, I'm good.
I'm gonna say no on that one.
And TJ envisioned a samurai sword chopping their foreskin off. He went like, whoosh, It's like, whoa! I don't think that's how it works, though, TJ. Like, in defense of people that do
Flies
it,
up into the ceiling.
I don't think they do like samurai
Lands in the
style.
punch bowl. Watch this. There's a foreskin in my soup.
You said punch bowl, now it's soup.
It's a soup bowl now.
It's a soup bowl.
It evolves, Scotty. Get
Yep.
with the fucking present.
It's like a Pokemon punch bowl evolved into soup bowl.
Yes.
Okay.
I love how giggly she is.
You giggle a lot. I like it. It makes us feel very amusing.
Well, that's good.
You should just be on the. You should just be on. No, you should just be on the show, but not as someone who actually talks. You should just giggle in the background when we say stuff.
All right, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah. Not a real offer, though. Anyway.
Not a real offer. Sorry.
Thanks for being on.
So now we're gonna call Cameron back.
We're gonna call him back.
That was our bad. So
Our bad, Cameron.
Yeah, the first time on the show we admit we were wrong.
I still blame Cameron.
Hey.
Hey, Cameron, what the fuck were you doing fucking with our Skype settings, dude? Jeez.
Cameron hacked us.
You fucking
That's the
piece of
explanation.
shit.
He hacked us.
So you have a question, Cameron? Cameron?
Yeah. I do.
Cameron? Go ahead.
Well, you debated with, well, not really debated, but mostly just, I don't know what the word is. You
Speak
talked
faster!
kind of with Lane Craig.
I can't. I'm not patient enough to listen to someone ask a question this slowly.
All right, is William Lane Craig
Okay,
really
do yourself.
and evil as he
there you
originally
go.
said?
Is William Lane Craig evil? Yes. Next question.
That's a very definitive answer. Yes, he is. That's all I have to say on this matter.
Hey, Cameron, did you see when TJ was on CNN with William Lane?
Yeah, I was on
Craig?
CNN with William Lane Craig.
And they had sex on CNN.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Well, you know, I mean, he's
This amazing atheist
look. I mean, he's
Yeah, amazing atheist guy.
William Lane Craig is he basically makes deistic arguments that, and then acts as though they're theistic arguments.
Yeah.
Like he'll make arguments for a generalized God, but then say that they're arguments for the Christian God.
TJ, remember he did pwn you too. A bunch of people on YouTube edited were like, "Amazing atheist destroyed by William Lane."
I saw that.
Yes.
You were destroyed.
That's
by
a
him.
pretty strange interpretation if you actually watch the video.
Yeah.
Like,
He
but the
actually
correct
was
one.
indignant, too. Have you ever seen his debate with Sam Harris?
No.
It's 2 hours long, so I mean,
okay.
Sam Harris.
That's about
he's usually pretty dry
that's about
when
an
you're
hour
listening
and
to
59 minutes too long for me. Hey, do you want to see? Do you want to see Do you want to see like the atheist spokesman that you have the least respect for debate like literally the most retarded man on the planet? Wow, that sounds great. Awesome.
Okay, fair enough.
Bye.
like that. Bye.
Bye.
TJ out. Like slam the mic down and just leave the building.
So now we got a question about veganism by Matt.
Veganism.
So Matt's gonna come on and ask
Eat
us
plants
about
every
it.
day.
Hey.
Is smoking
Eat
plants?
kale every day.
Eat
Does smoking
non-animal
plants every day
products
count?
day.
Smoking.
Here he is.
Hey,
Hey.
what's up?
What is up? You tell me.
Nothing much.
All right.
Talking to you.
What?
Spam?
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah, we can see you. We can't normally see our callers.
Nice. I'm on my computer doing my theology homework.
Oh, theology homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theology.
Yeah. Well,
Is one of the questions
Anyway.
wait, do you have a is one of the questions how big is God's dick?
no, it's about how Christians are going to take over the world someday. That's great.
They already
All right.
have.
Yeah.
What
It's,
didn't they already
in the
did
book
that.
we have to
I don't know.
believe.
So what's your
That's
fucking
great.
question? I hear you have some kind of vegan shit.
Yeah, my question is, what do you think of just normal vegans? Because
What do you mean
seems
normal
like
vegans? There's
the
no such
crazy
thing. All
vegans
vegans
that
are abnormal
also
and horrible.
having the idea of taking over the world.
What? You mean like so your question is what do I think about vegans who are not like pushy about it or something? Is that the question or
Yeah, like it doesn't seem like anyone ever meets a normal vegan who isn't talking about like taking over the world or, you know, getting
So
rid of
there's like
everything they
vegan
don't like.
Illuminati. I understand.
No, I mean, like, if you want to be vegan and you don't want to eat any animal products, I don't have any problem with that at all. I mean, how could I have a problem with what you want to do personally? That's the same... That goes along the same lines as your sexuality or what you choose to wear or what hairstyle you choose to have or anything like that.
As long as it's not the Justin Bieber hairstyle.
Yeah.
Because that's, that's weird.
You should strive to have Sean Hannity's hairstyle so TJ will have sex with your hair.
What you choose to eat is a totally personal issue, and that's on you. I mean, how could we possibly have a problem with that?
The only instance I can see someone having a problem would just be that it's like harder to raise basically like cattle and livestock, and it requires more water and more natural resources to do so. I mean, that's the only argument you could really make against people doing that, because we obviously have finite resources on Earth. So I mean, what?
Finite resources.
But that's really the only argument you could really make.
You fucking stupid.
As far as like telling other people what to do, because it actually would have an impact on everyone else. But as far as the personal choice, I don't really see it being anyone else's business, unless they're going up and telling you like, don't be vegan, or you should eat lots of meat, or don't eat lots of meat. I mean,
anyone who's vegan should be beaten to death with a wrench, and that's final.
What?
All I see that like PETA puts in ads and stuff, it's like crazy, world takeover, like anyone who eats meat is bad or stuff like that, and it's just stupid, and it really pisses people off and makes them not even want to give it a thought.
Yeah, there's no question that PETA
They
is
really
a propaganda.
work against themselves.
PETA is a propaganda organization, and anyone who's vegetarian or vegan should distance themselves from that organization.
Yeah, completely.
Because it makes everyone who holds that viewpoint as look like an extremist, and not everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there are moderate vegans, there are moderate vegetarians. They have their own life choice. They choose what they eat. We all choose what we eat. So there's no. There shouldn't be any pressure for you to convert people to your view of what they should eat.
That sounds like fucking communism to me, Ben.
Communist.
Yeah. Another shit is like on their Twitter and stuff. They're like any other moderate vegan. Like
it's probably just
I'm sorry, Matt. You're breaking up a lot.
Yeah, Matt.
He's probably noticing the extremists because obviously they're going to get more attention. Like, if you eat an animal, like you're going straight to hell, or you're destroying the earth, and all of that obviously is going to get more attention than like I'm vegan and like that's cool. No one's really going to argue with a statement that's just like very innocuous. That's a good point, TJ.
Yeah, good point.
Good point, TJ. That was really insightful.
You bring up a good point there, TJ.
We're going to bring our buddy Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal.
Da-da-da-da-da.
How you doing?
Fuck you!
Smoke pan every day.
You there?
No, we're not here.
Yeah,
we're in space.
We're behind
Give
you.
me a sec. I got like a delay.
Yeah, well...
Yeah,
there's a delay.
Stop listening to the stream.
More like a delay.
Pause the stream, probably.
Yeah, no, I turned it off.
I went.
Okay,
I turned it off.
So, restate
Sorry,
your question or
pan.
questions
What
to
is
us.
question?
Okay, my question was...
Of shit.
So, I'm from Colorado. I'm 18.
No, you're not.
And,
no, you're not.
I was kind of wondering...
You're a fucking liar.
You're a liar. You're not. You would lie about where you're from and your age.
You disgust me with your
lies.
So you're a 35-year-old Mexican. So you're a 35-year-old Mexican.
Do you think that the new marijuana laws are going to make it
so
easier?
So you're a 35-year-old
Mexican?
Mexican?
I was thinking it might make it harder because it's really.
No! I'm talking over you now. I'm gonna talk over you.
No. Hold on. Of course, it's going to make it easier for law-abiding citizens.
That's what it's supposed to do.
Yes.
But I'm talking about minors.
No, it's going to make it harder because I'll tell you what. When I was 15 years old, it was way harder to get a 6-pack of beer than it was to get weed.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, if there's a black market, there's no one IDing you. There's no
Fuck
one...
no, they want money.
Yeah, so, I mean, regulation, brings regulation. So, I mean, it's not going to make it any. I mean, there's going to be. Of course, there's going to be, at first, within the first few years, a surge of usage. But it's not going to make it easier for young people to get. Young people are already getting it. And they can get it however they want. They're going to spend more money on it.
Yeah, like, when I was in school, like, I literally knew at least, like, 10 people who could sell me weed, so...
Yeah.
I mean,
that's basically how it is here.
I don't understand the... Is it going to be easier for minors to get... It's like,
that's a typical war on drugs argument.
It literally could not be any easier for them to get.
It's the bullshit war on drugs argument, where people go and say, well, hey... If we make these drugs legal, then all these young people use them and they'll die, and it's just really bad, and we want to stop that, and we're just preventing these criminals. And it's like, why don't you just decriminalize it? People are going to do what they want anyways. There's no stopping human will at this point from going forward.
It was way easier for me and my friends to get the unregulated drugs than it was to get the regulated ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Even cigarettes and alcohol were way harder for us to get.
Yeah.
No one was selling underground brewed.
Yeah. Come get some white lightning, boy.
Yeah, and no one was growing tobacco in their backyard and selling it.
I'm gonna sell you some bathtub gin and some homegrown tobacco.
What was it? Did you guys call TJ fucks things in this video?
No.
No, we haven't called him yet. Why? Are you his buddy?
No. Why do you guys... I don't like that guy. Why do you call that guy? That guy's an asshole.
Well,
it's mostly
he
Ben.
is an asshole.
Ben likes
I get that he's fun to like fuck around.
No,
with,
well,
but
here's
he's so
the thing.
Stupid. Like,
but here's
you guys
hold on,
he tried to make another account.
Right, but he's made several. But here's the thing.
Yeah,
more than several.
He annoys Scotty disproportionately to like how annoying he actually is. So it's just funny for us to bring him on and like make Scotty sit there and be like, "Why the fuck you calling that piece of shit?"
Exactly.
So that's probably the main reason why
they're basically trolling me.
Yeah, so we're basically just fucking with Scotty like any good friends would.
Yeah.
Well, did you listen to last show? It sounded like he got grounded anyway.
Yeah, his mom was like,
Take out the fucking
Take out the trash. You're grounded for a month.
And by the trash, I mean yourself, you fucking worthless pile of crap.
Well, I was on Facebook and I saw that you guys had a live stream and I was like, what the fuck? Because I thought that it was already going to be posted and I was like, well, if they don't tell anyone in advance, then how are we supposed to know? And then I went to YouTube to watch the video and it was live. And that's actually the first time that I've ever watched one of the videos live.
Oh, really?
I've never watched
well,
one of the videos live.
Today was just like a total fluke because we were just sitting around drunk and we're like, hey, you guys want to fucking do a show? And we're like, yeah.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. And we did.
Yeah, I figured, man, I better smoke pan and call TJ and Ben and Scotty. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we enjoyed having you on, but we have to move on now to some better callers.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Some better callers. Like I said, every caller has to be insulted at least once.
No.
Yeah.
He knows I'm just
He knows I'm playing.
Just in case anyone missed it, though, we will be live tomorrow and Saturday.
We'll be
with
live
PaulsEgo.
tomorrow. We'll be live Saturday.
And TJ and PaulsEgo are going to have sex live on Skype.
Yeah.
You can watch it for only $5.99.
That's accurate.
$5.99.
We should try to call Paul, too.
You want me to call him after this next person?
Yeah.
All right.
He probably will not. No, he's not there anymore.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Greetings and salutations,
Hey.
sir.
Do you guys can hear me, right?
No.
No, who is this?
We can't hear you
Okay.
at all.
I hear something in my mind. Oh my god!
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I have a couple questions.
All right.
You have telepathy. Good job.
Would any of you date anyone or be in a relationship with someone who is Christian or any other religion other than your own?
Yes.
And also, would it be wrong if someone denied you that because of your beliefs?
People can deny each other being in relationships for whatever reason they want.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
You know, but I mean, I personally, my wife was Christian when I first got with her, so I mean...
Yeah, the answer is obviously, I don't think any of us care that much.
I mean, it wasn't a big deal to me. I didn't care.
Right. Is she still Christian, or did she change, or what's up?
No, she's not. And it wasn't anything to do with me either. I mean,
yeah, he was never like, Harley, if you don't become an atheist, I'll beat you or something.
It was probably mostly just watching like nature shows and like her seeing how, like
how the world works.
Yeah, like how the balance of nature. Well,
how the world works.
Yeah,
the best YouTuber ever.
That's kind of a tainted phrase now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, actually, seeing how the world actually works.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, like how the world actually works.
Yeah,
and,
nature
you know.
documentaries. Like I think you guys watched a lot of David Attenborough and like how the universe works.
Yeah,
and
we watched a shitload of like shows about that, and that kind of made her see that there's no God.
It's kind of funny because I met Holly before I met TJ, and I was like, Holly, your mom's really religious, right? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, how do they like TJ? And she's like, they love him.
They love him.
And then I was like, well, what happened? They were like, well, he came to visit, and there's a sporting goods store here called Dick's Sporting Goods. And TJ was like, huh, Dick's? And then her mom was like, yeah, big dicks.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I honestly
it's really
never...
funny to hear that coming out of a religious person's mouth because, you know, they're supposed to be, you know, a certain way.
To be honest
You know
with
what I
you, I've met Holly's mom, and I never knew she was really religious until just now. So, I mean, I really never knew.
Wow.
Yeah, she's pretty religious, but she doesn't really fucking hold
Yeah,
it against me to dominate. I mean, she watches my videos and stuff, and
yeah, there doesn't really seem to be any problems with her. So, I mean, I just don't think that's much of an issue.
Some people are better at it than others.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the thing is, like, I was put in a situation once that a person like told me that they really, really loved me and all that crap, you know. And like the only reason why they didn't stay with me is because of my atheistic viewpoint of, you know, the earth and the world and all that.
They weren't worth it to be.
And she was like, if only you were Christian.
Yeah, that's
you know?
pretty lame. That's a pretty lame caveat. If you have to just, you know, adopt my way
I
of
thought that
thinking.
was pretty lame, but is it wrong?
I don't. It's not.
It's not wrong because I mean that's their decision.
I mean, well, look, it's wrong in the sense that is a pretty unreasonable standard. But I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not wrong in the sense they definitely have the right to do that.
Well, I mean, like 60, 70 years ago, it would have been like, well, I'm sorry you're not Greek like me, I can't marry you, or I'm sorry you're not Polish like me, I can't marry you. You know, it's
wait, I'm confused. Are you Greek or Polish?
Are you Polish Greek? You're both?
No. But it's the same thing. Even like people who were still Caucasian ethnicities couldn't intermarry at one point.
And
so,
there's a little known fact about TJ. TJ's actually Japanese.
yes.
There's still a bunch of controversy over that because, you know, that Cheerios commercial or whatever with the interracial couple.
Yeah,
that was
much ado about nothing.
Yeah, I mean there was far more people supporting that commercial than there were people saying like this is wrong.
I think most of the people against it were just like people in the South who were just ass backwards like that's wrong. I shouldn't be happening. Race traitor.
Can't eat my Cheerios anymore. They're getting disgusted.
I need American
Now every time I eat my Cheerios, I'm gonna close my eyes and see that mulatto child and feel sick to my stomach.
All right, we're gonna call a troll here.
We're gonna call a troll.
Troll.
Yeah, someone that keeps asking the same question over and over.
Trolly McTrollerson.
Hello, 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 hello. You are now on the air.
Troll.
Ask your question, troll.
Hello. Troll.
Troll. Troll.
Hey, troll.
We did 2000.
Oh wow, we can see him.
2001: A Space Odyssey. Troll.
I like his hair.
You asked a question a bunch of times. Hey, who's that walking in the background there?
That is my girlfriend, Charlotte.
Hello, Charlotte.
Bring Charlotte on.
Yeah.
She just like, fuck you, you are nothing.
Okay, so
He's like, you guys are assholes. Anyways.
So what?
I was watching a news segment. The anchor said, how can we not be united against death in relation
Wait,
to...
how can we not be united against what?
Death.
Debt?
In relation to death, as in...
Death.
You die.
Okay. United against death. Gotcha.
In relation to healthcare. And I mean, it makes sense because why wouldn't the human species not want to be against death? But don't we need death in order to continue as a species?
I don't think anyone is like basically like you know like pro death, like yay death, yay. But at the same time, I mean, it's not really feasible. It's kind of like at this point like the Philosopher's Stone type thing.
Death.
Like I really wish I wouldn't die, but
Death is the only certainty of life in the end. So what?
Well, I guess. What's your stance on population control if you have one?
Population control.
If you're for it, against it. Like Japan, taxing extra kids, I guess, in the family.
You know what?
You have 2 per family.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I do think that, now in America, people who have a shitload of kids, they get more tax breaks. I think they should have to pay more, honestly. People that have kids
It's irresponsible in some aspects, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's completely like it's interesting. You have countries like Japan where like they're losing population, and even Russia, and like then you have the U.S., but it's mainly growing because of immigration,
or maybe at least beyond a certain point. Like have like 1 or 2, but
yeah, there definitely needs to be some
if you
sort
want to
of
have
limitation.
3, then you need to fucking like pay some
yeah, there does need to be population
fees and shit.
It should be in
control.
relation to
Yeah.
your annual income. If you're making $5,000 a year, you shouldn't have any kids.
Yeah, not really. So you can't support yourself. How are you going to support 10 kids or 5 kids or 3 kids?
But I mean, if you espouse that position, someone's going to say, "Well, you're elitist because you think poor people shouldn't have the right to have
I'm
kids."
elitist because I control where my semen shoots. No way.
Yeah, there should be more viability to having children, and it's not even saying you have to be rich. It's just to say you have to be able to support them.
That's the biggest load of shit I ever heard in my life.
Oh, okay, well.
So do you think America should instate something like that?
I think there should be. I don't think they should be sterilizing people.
No,
or anything
definitely
like
not.
that, but I do think that there should be penalties,
or at least less encouragement for having kids.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, because
we're good on the people front for a while.
Now someone could make the income to support 3 people and have 5 kids if they want to, and they're getting tax credits for that because they almost treat it like it's a disease, like, oh, you couldn't help how many kids you had.
Well, I guess kind of on a same note, how big do you think? Because religion says don't use condoms, basically, don't use any form of protection.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think many people in America still follow that principle?
Well, not all religions say that. I mean, Catholicism is the biggest religion that says that. And that was a big part of why Protestants split from Catholicism during the big, the Great Western Schism, when, the Protestant religion split from Catholicism. That was a big thing, divorce and birth control. And obviously, that's a dated perspective. Anyone that still holds to that is living in the dark ages, honestly. And you would never hear any politician that's going to actually get elected that would be like, hey, don't use birth control because you should just shit out kids.
You need to have tons and tons of children because the Bible says so. That's.
But Rush Limbaugh gets on his radio show and says,
"Have lots of babies.
You're like a slut if you have birth control pills."
Have lots of babies now.
Even
you, TJ.
Rush Limbaugh has had 4 wives and he has 0 children, and I doubt it's because he's shooting.
That's because he ate them all.
Yeah. He's like Chrono. She's like,
he's like a hamster. It's like as soon as the kid is born, he devours it like a hamster.
Oh, hello, little boy.
All right, well,
most delectable.
Your time, so thank you very much.
Well, thank you. You have a good night. All right.
Thank you very much.
Well, we got someone else here. I don't even understand. Whatever. We'll let him ask it in his own way.
I think this is our last question. TJ's yawning. Hello, sir. What is your question?
Speaking.
We're speaking. What is your question, sir?
What's up?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, what is your question?
What is for each of you, the most frustrating talking point you see thrown out by, well, the people you wouldn't be surprised to see wearing their pants on their head? For example, I myself, because I'm the son of a doctor, and I actually got tested, and I'm functionally autistic. Every time I hear someone say, "What, vaccines cause autism, and all this other crap about how horrible vaccines are, I just can't help but want to personally introduce that person to a hospital.
So, where on the spectrum do you fall? So, when
very high functioning.
High functioning. Is Asperger's still something that they would say?
Still a functional classification, yes.
So, do you fit into that part of it, or? Yeah.
Yeah, easily.
Okay. I'm sorry, I missed that part. All right, so you would fit partially into the Asperger's spectrum. You know, it's a tough question, honestly.
Most of the arguments made about things like, for example, vaccines are just made out of total ignorance. They listen to people like Jenny McCarthy and people who just are part of that movement and, quote studies that aren't even accurate. The doctor has basically been disbarred. Was found to be a liar. He's found to be linked to the companies that wanted to file lawsuits against the MMR vaccines. So, I mean, it's a total sham.
Yeah, I'm completely familiar. But, similar to that, which arguments do you guys see that, from any group, it doesn't matter left, right, or center, or
well, it's just a very broad question. It's just anything that just relies on things like emotional appeals, like logical fallacies, people who don't quote facts, people who just say, well, I'm right about this, or you should have a feeling we're right about this. People who just basically make arguments that are just based on, smoke and mirrors.
I would say for me, the worst talking point is when I'm talking to someone who's religious and they say, well, I just know there's a God. I just feel it.
Yeah, I have faith in it.
I just have this faith that's unshakable and immutable.
And that's it.
As far as the autism spectrum goes, I think, it's such a large spectrum. And I think part of it, the hardest part of it is there's a lot of people on that spectrum that literally cannot speak for themselves. So I think it's a good thing for someone like yourself who's in the spectrum who can speak for the rest of them to kind of be an ambassador.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean.
And for the record, I've met plenty of other people across the entire range, from those who had to use a freaking tablet to talk to people you wouldn't know it if they didn't let you know.
Yeah.
And every single one of them reacts to the idea that autism is a disease with the same sort of reaction that, no, it's not. It's an inborn condition. It has nasty side effects, yes, but it is not a disease to be cured.
Exactly. Yeah, and the idea that it's something that needs to be cured is a wrong idea that a lot of people have. And, yeah, so
people are just ignorant about a lot of things, and obviously because most people don't personally live with autism, so they just don't understand.
Paul will answer.
Yeah, thank you for your call, by the way. I really appreciate it. It's really brave to come out and say that kind of stuff, honestly. So I appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna try
to call Paul out of the blue and just see if he'll answer.
Oh! See if he answers.
Fucking piece of shit.
If Paul answers, let's say we're outside his house.
Yeah, he did.
Hello.
Hey, Paul, we decided to fucking spam call you randomly.
You're being spammed, sir.
That works.
You're doing the show Saturday. We're on the air right now, but
okay.
But
we ambush people. We've ambushed Galen. If you're familiar with Galen, plenty of times.
Paul knows Galen. I think.
Yeah, I know Galen. Yeah,
pretty much everyone fucking knows Galen. Galen's like the common thread. He just he's like a parasite. He just kind of moves around.
Galen makes his rounds, man. He knows a little bit of everything.
He's the center of the universe.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we all orbit him.
Yeah, the Underground Titan's going to get on Cosmos. He's going to be like, and Galen is the center of the universe.
Yeah, so is that the terrifying voice of the one and only Scotty that I hear?
Yes, it is.
Did you spam call me just so I'd have to be faced with my worst fear?
What the fuck am I, Voldemort now?
Yeah.
He who must not be named.
Yeah, you're my Voldemort, Scotty. You always have been.
That's pretty strange, I must say.
Especially since Scotty was a little kid, practically, the first time he ever said.
I'm like 10, hey It's like, oh god, not Scotty.
Yeah, and Scotty won't even be here when you're on the show on Saturday. He's going up to Canada to visit his girlfriend.
Yeah,
so.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. That's
his girlfriend.
You know what?
By the way,
I
his
love you,
girlfriend.
Scotty, but I'm okay with that.
His girlfriend is.
I'll probably be able to perform.
His girlfriend is your corpse with a hole drilled into it. So.
Oh god,
he's coming to get you, Paul.
Oh Jesus. Oh god. well. Should I run or should I just sit here at my computer?
There's no point in running, Paul.
You've seen Terminator 2, right?
There's no escape.
It's kind of like that. You shoot me and I just come back and just keep coming.
He sends out his little army of drones.
Yeah,
and they can see what you're doing at all times.
Like,
yeah. Scotty gave me the biggest red ass I think anybody ever gave me on the internet.
Oh really?
Scotty, yeah.
Explain that.
I mean. Well, I know you remember I mean, maybe you don't, but I do. It's burned. It's seared into my memory. I made some video to you. It was like the first video I'd ever made, too. You showed no mercy. Like, you make this response video, and you're just laughing at me, right? And then Scotty wanders in, and he's like, who the fuck is this guy? Who's this faggot? You know what I mean? And I'm like,
that sounds like me.
Oh, my God, dude. Here's this like 16, 17-year-old kid who's just taking a dump on me. And I've had a distinct fear of Scotty ever since then. Can you blame me?
I can already tell that Saturday's show is going to be a lot of fun.
That does sound like something I would do. Like, I just come in a room randomly, like, I don't know anything about this person, lay into them, and then just leave. Like, well, I'm gone now.
Remember that guy that you made? Scotty made a guy cry and leave YouTube. I remember that.
Yeah, I actually made some guy leave YouTube. He had an emotional.
Leave me
he had an emotional
alone.
breakdown. Remember that? Like,
was it me?
No.
Like for a good 6 or 7 hours, I wouldn't even turn on my computer after that video.
No.
What was that guy's deal, TJ?
I don't remember. I don't remember the guy that you scared off of YouTube forever.
I remember the guy. Remember the guy you got banned from YouTube? He was like, He was like, oh, I'm gonna sell your book and shit. I'm gonna sell your book. Remember that dude?
Yeah, I do remember that guy. That dude was like a frat boy though.
Earlier we were talking about how we should have Jesus Freak on the show.
Oh God, that's a blast from the fucking past there.
Yeah, we were gonna go like really old school. I mean, he still has a channel. It just hasn't. It's just spinning its wheels in the mud. So we figured like.
Why don't you guys just dredge the bottom of the barrel?
Let's get hard case. We'll find hard case and bring him back too.
That's funny that you mentioned that because we were talking about bringing on Venom Fang X.
Yeah.
What about? Well, if you're gonna bring on Venom Fang and Jesus Freak, you got to bring on Brett Keane, right?
Oh God,
that'd be
the ultimate troll.
That would be funny, actually. I think if we brought Brett on.
Yeah, I think
you were
an interesting guest.
Yeah, you were actually one of the longest people to like give him the benefit of the doubt.
Hey, TJ.
I was.
You know how I make a living, TJ? These vanity novels.
I'm Brett Keane. Sometimes I do the Brett Keane voice, and I'll go up to Holly and I'll be like, "Hey, Holly, it's me, it's me, Brett Keane."
My wife does the same thing. She'll hear me listen,
and I'll go, and she'll get so pissed, she'll want to slap the shit out of me.
She did slap you before, dude.
I'll also do Galen too. I'll be like, "Hey, Holly, come here, suck my cock." And she'll be like, don't fucking do that, Galen! Ah!
Galen actually got his ass kicked by Holly. You should tell that story.
Galen, one time Galen went up to Holly and was grabbing on her and she fucking kneed him in the nuts 50 times and he
What do you mean? Wait a minute, hold on. You got to qualify that. What do you mean he was grabbing on her?
Well, Galen fucking...
when they first met, he was so inappropriate.
Yeah,
he gets handsy?
Yes, for
really?
sure. Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
Man, you learn something every day. Can you imagine those eyes getting handsy with you?
Yeah, he looks like dude, have you ever seen a picture of Rasputin?
Yeah.
Galen and Rasputin are the same. Galen is a clone of Rasputin. I'm sure of it. And yeah, but Holly was not afraid. Literally the first time she ever met Galen, she bit him so hard that his fucking finger nearly came off.
Jesus Christ.
So
hold on, note to self, don't fuck with Holly.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. But we were living in an IHOP, and don't make fun of us for going to IHOP. It is a horrible place. But we were leaving, and Galen tried to grab her ass from me, and she turned around instantly, punched Galen squarely in his balls. and he fell to the ground like, oh, and she's like, don't ever fuck with me again, Galen. And after that, Galen was like, I respect Holly.
Holly's like, I've had very limited interaction with Holly, but she's always been so nice to me. It's hard for me to.
No, like
she's really nice.
That's the thing about Holly. Like, she's very sweet unless she doesn't want to be, and then you see the fucking.
Oh shit! Don't stop talking to you. You're digging that hole right there.
It's not even a hole, because you know.
Oh, because you're gonna be strangled. You're not gonna be buried. You're gonna be strangled. That's what you're saying.
Wow.
Yeah, she's hardcore.
She was like, oh shit.
You know, it's funny. Before we get too far afield, I wanted to tell you that we share something in common. Like you troll Holly with the Brett Keane voice. I do the same thing to my wife. She thinks it's the worst thing in the world, because there was at one point, like the last time I really watched Brett Keane, he was on his like, I don't know, like 15th account or something, and it was called The Stallion.
The Stallion.
That is, by the way, just as a brief aside, that is the most ironic fucking name for Brett.
He should have called himself the Mustang. I'm the Mustang, guys.
Yeah, he's the least stallion-esque person I've ever seen in my entire life.
Like, you know the fucking really scrawny dude from like that road trip movie back a million years ago.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That guy is more stallion-like than Brett Keane.
Yes. And so I'll walk into a room just randomly, and I'll walk up to her and I'll go, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Stallion," you know, and she's shut the fuck up.
It's funny that you and I both use
this is the Stallion,
the
guys.
disgustingness of Brett Keane to scare our wives and be like, they just make them sick to their stomachs. Like, hey, honey, just imagine Brett Keane being intimate with you, and instantly it's like,
remember when Brett Keane like showed his like shanty, and he's like, if you come here and fuck with me, you'll be dead. And it's like,
Brett Keane, no one wants to come there.
It's
dude.
like, what the fuck is this Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Like, what's going on?
Hey, Paul, did you see the videos where he was blaming me for
some phone call?
No, he basically was blaming me. Like, he had this series of videos that was basically centered around the premise that I engineered at every stage his decline on YouTube
and downfall.
Let me ask you a question. Which time? Because
I know, right?
At least 4 times, Brett Keane has blamed you for everything that's ever gone wrong in his life.
And like
at least 4 different stories, 4 different times.
I know, and it's so dude. And the other thing I love about it is like sometimes I want to take credit because I'm like, man, that just makes me seem so powerful and awesome. Like I can just destroy other people's channels at will.
It's like the rise and decline of the Brett Keane empire. That's what he imagines happening.
And what would have been my motive for doing that? Just
who knows?
Like, oh, this guy Brett Keane just annoys me for some reason. I think I will spend the rest of my year just trying to destroy his YouTube.
Well, no, and remember,
besmirch his
he
name.
said that you called him and threatened to kill him or something. What was that happened?
You know, yeah, there was that voice thing.
It sounded nothing like you. And
he's like, listen, I received this voice message. Now you must. Now you got to listen to it and hear.
I listened to it too, and it was somebody with a voice changer on that clearly could have been him. You know,
or anyone else on the planet.
Right?
He's like, listen. Once I removed he removed the effects.
Removed the effect,
yeah.
And it sounded It sounded vaguely like it might have been me, but not really.
It sounded vaguely like it might have been anybody.
I know.
Like honestly,
He's
anybody
like,
putting on a cheap like hillbilly accent.
He's like, listen, that's the Amazing Atheist. Don't you hear it?
Yeah.
Listen to it side by side.
The Amazing Atheist called me a nigger.
What? You're not even black, Brett. What's the problem? It's like, I don't even know.
So, Paul, this is Ben, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Ben.
I've been a YouTube viewer for several years, and I've been watching you and TJ forever. And I honestly think you're one of the great storytellers of YouTube. Do you have, I have a whole bunch of stories or questions about your stories that I want to ask you on Saturday. But do you have anything new? Any news stories, anything recently that maybe you might want to tell us now that we might find interesting?
Yeah, sure. I was stopped at a stoplight the other day. This was a Thursday. This was last Thursday. I was stopped at a stoplight, and this dude started crossing the street in front of me. This is a quick story, by the way, so don't expect, I'm saving the good shit for Saturday. But
all right.
This is just something that's been on my mind lately. And it's kind of a visual story, so it's hard to get across in audio, like how it actually went down, but I'll try my best. So this dude is crossing in front of me as I'm stopped at the stoplight. He's just, walking in the crosswalk, and he's dressed like one of those Vietnam War vet guys. He's got like, the American flag bandana and the big heavy military issue coat, but he doesn't look like a homeless dude. Like, he looks clean, just like he's still wearing his military stuff. And so I'm letting him cross, and he stops right in front of my vehicle, turns around, looks right at me, and I looked right back at him, and he points directly at me with his arm fully extended and says, "You're a faggot." And then turns around and just walks away. And I was stunned. I rolled down my window and I yelled back at him, "That's not nice, sir." Like, that's the first thing that came to my mind was to tell
Paul. Come on,
Yeah,
you're
I know,
obviously
right?
a faggot. Come on.
right. No, but I'm just telling
That's not nice, sir.
I was so flabbergasted that the only thing I could do was to tell him how unkind he was to me.
Honestly,
and he just shook his head. He didn't
Sir, you're rather rude.
Honestly, that's almost like a better response than anything else that you could have come up with, though.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. But
I don't know. It has a certain charm to it.
That's like trolling level 1000.
Hey, it reminded me of something else, though. Let me ask you guys about this. I've always wondered about this situation because one time I was all right. Like, there was I was going into a fucking McDonald's.
Yeah.
Which, obviously that alone should be a source of shame.
Right.
I was at McDonald's.
The story's good already. Any story you start with, so I walked into a McDonald's.
Well, here's the thing.
You know it's going to be
good.
But
here's the thing. Okay, so this is one of those fucked up McDonald's where the drive-through line, obstructs the entrance.
Yeah.
Right.
And basically, I walked in front of, there's this guy, there's the cars, and there's, the line is backed up. Right. I walked in between the two cars, and the guy whose car I walked in front of was furiously pissed at me. Like, "Hey man, don't just fucking walk in front of my fucking car." I'm like, "Well, there's another car right there. You can't possibly pull forward anymore. So, and I got to get to the door here.
Yeah.
So, what am I supposed to do?"
I don't know.
But according to Holly, I'm in the wrong in this situation because
typical women shit.
Because
that is woman shit.
Because because he was starting to go or something.
Oh no!
And I walked from him. I fucking put my stop thing up because he was trying to pull up so much that I wouldn't have been able to fucking walk past. So
that's why he was mad. It was a little dominance 8 play.
Was that here in Ohio or in Louisiana?
That was in Ohio, but it was not in this area.
Oh, okay.
It was over by Dayton.
In Ohio, it's don't walk in front of my car, asshole. So,
yeah.
I almost walked. I mean, and because I have a bad temper sometimes, I almost went over and punched him in the face a few times, but I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's probably a bad idea.
That would have been hilarious.
But
the
outside looking in, that would have been hilarious.
Ruined my McDonald's experience because then all me and Holly could do was fight the entire time we were eating. So
yeah, see, I completely empathize with you because if I had done that, I don't know what it is about wives, but it's just they're so apt to blame you immediately. My wife would have done the same thing. She would have immediately yelled at me, and we probably would have argued and bickered the entire time as I'm cramming really low-grade non-beef down my gullet, and getting angrier by the second. But no, to go back to the homeless guy that called me a faggot, that's my torture. My torture is that I've spent since last Thursday wondering why that guy did that. Not that it hurt my feelings or anything, but I want to know what precipitated
I think I know though.
What? Because I'm a faggot?
Yeah, because you're a faggot.
Oh, okay.
It's obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
The answer is so simple. It's right there in front of you.
I should have known.
He's basically a troll Nirvana. That's where he's at. He's he just goes around and just says shit to people like that. He just walks around and points someone "You're a faggot," and then he just leaves. And it's the rest of their lives why did that guy call me a faggot?
I'll never forget the time that random stranger just turned to me and pointed with his arm fully outstretched and said, "You, sir, are a faggot."
Have you ever seen the remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
They've made several though.
Where they point and squeal at people.
Oh yeah.
You're talking about the Nicole Kidman one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it.
That's the look that was on his face. And what's the guy's name that's really famous that was in that movie? Donald Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland's father.
Donald Sutherland. If you look up the picture from him that's famous from that movie with his eyes all wide open and a big frown on his face pointing, that's how this dude looked. He looked at me like I had exterminated the Jews or something. and called me a faggot. And I've been
that's a
wondering
pretty
ever
faggy
since why.
thing to do, Ben. Not Ben.
Paul. Not Ben. Paul.
I can't remember all these fucking names.
You fucking stupid, TJ.
So anyway, we're on for Saturday, right, gentlemen?
Yes,
absolutely.
As long as you bring cocaine.
You've actually been in the top 3 of the all-time guests that we have gotten requested to be on the show.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So. I did not. I was not aware of that.
That's
awesome.
Number 1 was Hitler, though.
And the funny, and the funny thing was that I watched your video. You guys got the question. You know, Paul, would you be on the Drunken Peasants? And you're like, probably not. I'm like, what?
It's like, fuck those assholes.
No, it wasn't like that. Like, tell him the rest of what I said.
No, that's all he said. He said, fuck them, eat shit and die.
No. Yeah, 'cause you were basically kind of like, well, I don't think TJ even listens to me anymore.
Right. I just assumed, because I'm so infrequent with my videos, and I've gone on this weird kind of hangout tangent lately, and yeah, I just kind of assumed that TJ probably didn't remember I existed. Nobody on the Drunken Peasants did. So
yeah, but then I heard you were a faggot, and I'm like, oh, okay, he can be on.
Sweet.
Got it.
That's cool then.
Well,
I didn't know.
That one
he
guy,
was a
he said he was a faggot. Oh man, it makes sense now.
We need a faggot for our Saturday slot. Let's hold Paul.
I'm actually good friends with that guy. And
sweet. Did you? So you sent him? See, now it all makes sense.
No. Well, I didn't send him, but he did call me afterwards. He said, "Hey, I saw that PaulsEgo," and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. What happened?" He's like, "Oh, well, I noticed he was a faggot, so I just pointed it out to him real quick." And
man,
you were on my way
when you were 16. He's a gigantic faggot. Anyway, fellas, I have to get going. I got to go cook dinner.
Sure thing. Right.
But I will see all of you on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it, man.
All
it's
right.
gonna be fun.
Rock on, Paul. See you Saturday. We're gonna. I think we're
thanks
gonna
for calling.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Rock on, man.
All right.
I think we're gonna end the show on a high note with Paul.
On a high note. More like
SE Cup.
More like a drunk note.
Yeah. Fuck off, faggots.
Good night.
Sayonara. Yeah. You're Jesus.